Todd, close on the weekend, but just not close enough. Are you in the frame of mind where you're not happy with honourable losses either?
No, definitely not. Really disappointed with the result. There's a number of things that were within our control to make sure we could do better, and maybe the result would have gone differently. So we've been talking about trying to control the things we can control and the way we play and the game structures and that, and there was too many of those things that we didn't do right that ultimately Richmond took advantage of and kicked goals on, and so the other things we're reviewing this week, particularly today.
Finals now out of the question. Do your selection priorities change?
No, we'll still look at the team and try and pick the best possible players, and the VFL team's been playing good footy, so the same selection criteria will apply. The guys that are playing really good footy will get the opportunity to put their names up in front of us.
Is there anyone bobbing up right now, Todd, that
I think Neville Jedd's been playing some really good footy. Tom McNamara as a rookie has been doing all the right things. Tom McDonald as a tall defender has been playing really good footy. So Jack Fitzpatrick's a 200cm forward ruckman that's been in pretty good form since he's come back from injury. So there's a number of guys that we'll look at.
Sylvia and Davey, what's the latest on them? Will you be accepting their sanctions?
Yeah, I understand that Colin will accept 2 weeks and Aaron will take the 1 week. So there's two positions straight up.
Just talking about Colin, obviously out of contract, and he put in a fine performance bar the report at the weekend. What did you make of his game, and where do you see his future at the club?
I thought his game was very good. I was really happy with it. I thought his hardness right from the start. He was one of the few players right from the start I thought was playing at the required level. I thought he showed some really good team play and setting up a couple of other players for goals. So I thought, he's probably the best on ground. I thought in a losing team, best on ground, and his future I see at the Melbourne Footy Club, and he's been here a long time, and he's had a up and down sort of career. But I think we're looking forward to him playing some really good footy.
What about Brad Green? A lot's been written about Brad Green in the last 24 hours and said about him. Firstly, the decision to start him as a sub has attracted some, criticism. Why did he start as a sub?
Well, this has been overplayed. The sub thing was like the old days when it was a 20-second player and on the interchange bench. A lot of the interchange bench are best players. If you look at Collingwood, Shaw and Didak and all these guys played. Didak's played 2 weeks as a sub. Chance Bateman played as a premiership player. It was just basically from the week before he was injured, from back spasms, didn't train much during the week. It was right up until Saturday morning, was still unsure whether he'd pull up all right. So purely from that fitness point of view, we'd rather play him for the end of the game than the start of the game and potentially pull up stiff and sore at half time. So there's nothing sinister in it. He took it fantastically well, came on and nearly could have won us the game. He got a goal straight up. He had another 3 shots at goal. He was fantastic on the bench. His attitude with the players was fantastic. And so let's not overplay because he started a sub that's the end of Brad Green. He's still got a lot of footy in front of him.
Well, he's out of contract. Does his future lie at the Melbourne Footy Club as well? I know it sounds silly to say, but he's out of contract, and there has been some murmurings that he might not be the happiest camp.
The only murmuring's been through some sinister media work that because he's played as a sub, that's the end of Brad Green. It's a load of rubbish. He's been in conversations with Bales throughout the year. I've had conversations with him last week. We'll continue to have those conversations, and we'll sit down at the end of the year and work out where he wants to go and what he wants to do. But I presume that he'll be with the Melbourne Footy Club next year.
Speaking of murmurings, there's more murmurings about who will coach this club next year, and one name that bobbed up last night in particular was Ross Lyon. Would he make a good coach or a good fit here at the Melbourne Footy Club?
Look, I'm not part of this committee. I'm going to keep getting asked every week a different coach, but he's an outstanding coach, obviously. So he's in contract, I believe. The coach committee will work through that, but he's a fantastic coach.
The last 2 games of the season, both very winnable matches. What are you expecting from your team?
Well, I'm just expecting us to play the way we want to play and adhere to the things we're trying to put into place. If we do that, we'll be in the game against both teams. But if we perhaps put up some of the things we did yesterday against Richmond, there's no guarantee we'll win.
The AFL's a cutthroat environment. How many players from the 22 that played on the weekend can you see running out in round 1 2012?
Oh, I haven't looked at all that, but I'd say the majority of those players that played on the weekend will be around next year.
Todd Royal made some comments before the game, really came on the front foot about Melbourne's chances against Richmond and definitely win, it's our game, all that sort of stuff. To which apparently Richmond heard they used that sort of stuff as motivation before the game. You had a chat to him at all about what may have been said?
No, I haven't heard any of those conversations or that radio interview. But
do you expect your assistant coaches to be so forward?
I expect our assistant coaches and players to be confident that we're going to win in the game, so I have no troubles with that. If Richmond are relying on that sort of stuff to motivate them, well, all well and good. I don't think that's going to last long, that sort of motivation though, going into when we become a good team.
Anything less than wins the last 2 games, will that mean that the season hasn't been a season of improvement for the club sort of in general, not specific players?
We've been really disappointed in the season to date, so regardless if we win the next 2, I think we've been disappointed in our season. We've lost a coach throughout that process, so regardless of the next 2 weeks, it's been a disappointing season.
Todd, how have you found your, obviously you've ruled out coaching for next season, how have you found senior coaching role?
Oh, look, I found it really exciting. It's been hard work. You feel, the control is great. You feel like you're in control and you're responsible. So I've really found that invigorating. Apart from coaching, this is the closest you get to competing and trying to put your stamp on things. So I've enjoyed that aspect of it, but it's been really challenging.
Not enough to change your mind, Todd, at all? Not enough to change your mind on it?
No, look, talk to me after a win on this one. This is hard yards, but no, look, as I said all along, this has been a really exciting challenge, and been happy to do it for the time being.
Have you got home and had any feedback from Jack?
No, he's quite forthcoming in some of his opinions.
Really?
So watches the game. He's a bit of a student of the game, but I'll keep those close to my chest.
I was going to say, what does he have to say? Does he have a joke?
No, he wants us to be playing better, that's for sure. So, 37,000 members and a lot of other people expect to play better, and so does he.
Todd, is it easy to quantify how much of a distraction the last few weeks has been for the players in regards to what's happened and where they're at now in their mind space?
It's always hard to know exactly what's going through their mind, but I've been relatively comfortable as coach that they've been in a good place. Apart from probably that first week, when it all happened, particularly in the week, it was very hard. But it's hard to know exactly what's going through their mind. But as I said, as coach, I've been really happy with some of the preparation work we've been doing, and going into the games feeling pretty confident.